OpenAI is funding AI morality, guys. That's it. Pack it up. No more need for humanity. I'm just kidding. I think it might just be another buzzword. But the new buzzword did make me wonder about, can a machine even truly understand ethics? Or will we just be, might we, be programming our own biases into the machines? Let's talk about it. You see, OpenAI has begun funding academic research into the field of moral AI. Through the nonprofit arm that they still have at OpenAI, they did award Duke University to a 3-year, $1 million grant for a project that is titled Research AI Morality. My llama fell over. Research is being led by Walter Sanat Armstrong, a practical ethics professor at Duke, alongside Janet Bork. And while we don't know a lot about their current work together on the morality AI, we do know a little bit about their past. In the past, they developed this thing called the moral GPS. They even developed algorithms to help make tough ethical decisions like allocating kidney donations. I know, it sounds intense because it is. Yeah, it's getting a little heebie-jeebie, right? A little bit of heebie-jeebies, yeah? So what is OpenAI's ultimate goal, I guess, right? They want to train the algorithms to predict moral judgments, usually made by us humans. And they want to do it in all sorts of fields, from business to law and in healthcare. This might not shock you and probably feels really obvious, but morality is so complicated. It is so complicated. For us humans, but also for algorithms, right? We can take a look at Delphi. Delphi is an AI tool that was built by the Allen Institute for AI way back in 2021. And yeah, I know that feels like a while ago, and it really was, especially in the field of AI. But you should know about it. It was designed to give ethical recommendations and could handle simple questions like identifying cheating as wrong, etc. But if you slightly rephrase almost any dilemma, it could justify and rationalize some horrifying actions. Like sickening stuff, man. I can't say it on the Clock app stuff. Why? Well, because AI can't truly recognize morality. Various articles try to distill why AI cannot understand morality, and I think this definition offered by TechCrunch does a really good job. So bear with me while I try to explain why AI cannot replicate morality. AI systems rely on all sorts of training data, and much of the data does reflect westernized and industrialized values. This opens us up to embedding our biases. Not only that, but it does exclude voices that are not present in the training data. This is what leads to these skewed moral outputs. It's easier to trick an AI than you think. Obviously, not all systems and models are created equal, but no AI model, no AI system, and no algorithm is created perfect. Period. And morality itself is inherently a debate that's raged forever. It's philosophy 101. If you've ever taken a philosophy class, we know what is true to you might not be true for others. In fact, the best of the best have been debating the best framework for centuries. You'd be hard-pressed to find a consensus of what is right. It is not always black and white. Even if the AI is accurately predicting moral judgments, whose morals are they? Why the hell would we trust it to make decisions for us? Teaching a machine morality might catch headlines and sound very clickbaity and groundbreaking, but it raises some pretty uncomfortable questions that policy is definitely not on the books for. So I'll ask again, are we teaching AI morals or something else entirely? And what sorts of policies should we begin thinking about? This is new thoughts, right? These are new ideas, new research, and I'm so curious to see where the hell this goes. And until next time. Did you know that X can now charge you $15,000 if you use the platform too much? I'm not even kidding. It's not clickbait. X already has the power to train its AI on your data, and I think this is going to be another catalyst that other users look around and say, this is weird. And according to CNBC, these new rules and terms are now in effect, and they started to be in effect on November 15th. Okay, so get this. The new updates actually grant the platform an expansive right to user data for training AI models. And while this is similar to other platforms like Meta, right, it is, X took it a step farther with a liquidation clause. The clause imposes up to $15,000 if users interact with over 1 million posts in a single day. Okay, sure, this would be absolutely degenerate behavior if it was me or you that is a single user, but to include it in the TOS is a bit absurd, and let me explain why. You see, there are researchers and journalists that comb through high volumes of posts on X just to get critical insights, and those guys, they're particularly alarmed. One member of the Knight First Amendment Institute criticizes X's damages clause as a move that, quote, stifles research when we need it most. Loads of researchers and academics alike do rely on public squares such as X to distill the digital zeitgeist sentiment, and honestly, it just became a lot more expensive, and you're opening yourself up to a lot of liability now on X. There have been new users that left the platform, including Gabrielle Union tweeting, "I find myself at a crossroads," as she exited the platform. Others are calling it the final nail in the coffin. Meanwhile, the alternatives are Smash and Bay Bluesky is soaring. In fact, at Bluesky, downloads are up 651%. And Bluesky explicitly says it won't train any of its AI on user data. So, is that another draw or what? I do wonder how long that might last for, though. So yeah, there's an obvious backlash, the new TOS, and we have more people leaving X, which again is not that shocking. But what responsibility does these sorts of platforms have to its users? Because a potential $15,000 fine for overusing a platform might be a new low. And until next time. Okay, you may have seen this wild story this week in the news, but I wanted to add additional context to it. A 13-year-old investor totally scammed his audience during a live stream this week. Apparently, it was a $30,000 scam. And in this economy, wow. So if you're not aware, there was a 13-year-old live streamer that went absolutely viral for all the wrong reasons. Kid had posted on Twitter because obviously that is where all the best posts are. The kid had posted before school that he made $2,000 off of this little scam already, but he decided to take it further. $2,000 chump change, baby. During a live stream, he then launched a token. Yeah, and after selling his stake for $30,000, it caused the entire coin's value to plummet. And then, he flipped off the chat for good measure. Just good measure. And for my non-initiated, very sane folks out there, this is known as pumping and dumping, and unfortunately, it does seem to be a bit trendy. It's coming back, babe. It's coming back. Did it ever leave? This is when you dupe your audience, you pump up the stock or whatever you're selling, and then get rid of all of your stake in it and make the maximum amount of profits. And with time, it's only become easier and easier to do this, and on massive scales. But things turned dark for the kid pretty quick. The backlash, too, was very public. According to Decrypt, members of the community were pissed, they were livid, and some very revengeful. Some folks reportedly went as far as posting the boy and his family's personal details on the web, including addresses like to homes and schools. The internet needs to chill, man. Jeez. And if that's not unsettling enough, some members in the crypto space even took to making their own coins with his face and his family's faces on the coin. It's all weird, man. And it's definitely worth noting that this is not an isolated event. The growing trend of meme coin creators using live streams as a platform to hype their own tokens is something that we've seen for a while now. Just look at CoffeeZilla. They've made pretty much an entire arc of their career busting these guys and doing a damn good job at it. But there are loads of creators just like this kid who cross these ethical lines with scams, and sometimes crossing those lines do lead to very real consequences that absolutely can spiral out of control. And in this economy, we're gonna keep seeing more and more scams play out. We do have to ask ourselves, though, how far is too far? And who the hell can we hold accountable? Who's holding them accountable? I don't know, man. Anyways, until next time.